Miami 52, Louisville 45. Did you watch this? Did you get eyes on this game, as they would say on the streets? This may have been a four chali rating. This may have been the most entertaining game of the day. I give it four chali on the 1 to 5 scale. I thought of this as a show me game from Miami, meaning they had looked very vulnerable, but still won going into their bye week. So when they come out, you find out basically what Miami's going to be. Because I give you the leeway to look vulnerable, then go into the bye week and get some things cleaned up, and then come out and hopefully you're a better version of yourself. Well, Miami came out and they were the same version that we saw going in, which is okay because that version was winning. But they beat Virginia Tech and gave up a ton of explosive plays. They beat Cal, gave up a ton of explosive plays. So they beat Louisville. They gave up explosive plays. There's no reason to be panicked over this. In some ways, it's a blessing when your team reveals to you who they are. This is not counting Miami out of anything. There is a formula to win these kinds of games. You better click every week. Your quarterback better be on every week. And the good news is they got Cam Ward there. So 34, 38, 45. Those are the point totals that Miami's given up the last 3 games. Here's the other important note. They are 3-0 in those games. Defense allowed 15 plays yesterday of 10-plus yards. I've got it written down. They gave these gains here, these plays, gains on plays, they gave all this up in one game. 17, 27, 19, 18, 17, 21, 18, 21, 28, 15, 28, 26. I think that's 24, and 43. All of those plays Louisville had yesterday, but it doesn't matter because Miami won. Cam Ward, 21 of 32, 319, 4 touchdowns, and the most important part, no interceptions, and they needed every one of them. They needed every one of them. They won, they covered, had to score half 100 to do it, but they won and covered. LSU's the ultimate data point on Miami. I'll tell you what I mean by that. If you want to figure out what this team's capable of, they're going to go one of 2 ways. LSU's done both. LSU in 2019 ended up being one of the best teams we've ever seen, and they had a future Heisman quarterback named Joe Burrow, and they set the college football world on fire, and they were scoring a ton of points, and the defense was lackluster to begin with, but it rounded into form, and it was never elite, but it became very opportunistic. It was loaded with athletes, just like Miami is, and it became a complementary best version of itself that it could possibly become. 2023 LSU wasted a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback because they couldn't stop molasses in December defensively. So which kind of corollary to LSU will this Miami team be? You're going to be more like the 2019 team. I'm not saying they'll ever be as good as 2019 LSU, but are you going to be the kind of team that has a superstar quarterback and you take advantage of it by playing as good a style of defensive football as you can? Or are you going to be 2023 LSU where you lose a few games and you're watching Jaden Daniels turn in career game after career game and rewrite the record books, but it's all for naught in terms of postseason accomplishment because he wins the individual award, but the team wins nothing. Miami's got to figure that out. Martinez and Fletcher, by the way, both over 100 yards yesterday, so they ran the ball good as well. If the defensive line stays healthy with this team, they can change games down the stretch. The secondary has to at least be opportunistic. They don't have to lock you down. You don't have to do that when Cam Ward's your quarterback, but you got to be opportunistic enough. And there's the odds to win the ACC right now. Clemson is favored. Clemson's favored slightly, ever so slightly, over Miami to win the ACC.